Good afternoon. Today is the day where we've got that next clipper moving in, the strongest of the three that we've seen this week, bringing snow, bringing wind, and tough travel our way. So we have winter weather alerts in effect, or starting to take effect across the region. In eastern North Dakota and northwest Minnesota in blue here, winter weather advisory taking effect at staggered times, with the earliest in our viewing area 3 p.m. until noon on Friday, tomorrow. So this gives you an idea of when we'll experience some of the worst of these conditions here. We're not talking about a heavy amount of snow, but 1 to 3 inches of widespread snow, plus the combination of those wind gusts to 50 miles per hour. Farther west, under a wind advisory for those same winds that we're likely to experience here with this system. So I want to show you the latest image from one of the DOT cams around the region. This is in the northwestern part of our viewing area up toward Bottineau in North Dakota, Highway 14, or should say 14 there. We're looking at conditions that are looking rather snowy, very white on the map here, and you can see on the road surface that we've got a lot of snow on the road, a little drifting happening there. And looking up into that direction, there is some indications that we've got some blowing snow there. Wind is out of the south, so we're looking at wind speeds that are into the 5 to 15 mile per hour range right now for most areas. You can see Langdon, a steady speed of 22 miles per hour. So that wind is just going to continue picking up. It's a warm wind right now, so temperatures are on the rise, but it eventually will cause issues with this falling snow that's moving in. So you can see it kind of in the center part of the state right now, and this is moving eastward. So moving into places like Rolla and over toward Dunseith and farther west toward Bottineau there. And then Devil's Lake, again, you're going to see this within the next hour or two. And then there are places in the valley where we've had some flurries throughout the morning, and this carries on into the afternoon. A little light snow shower activity showing up here from Grand Forks essentially down through Mayville back down toward Castleton. So again, we're looking at some isolated spotty areas of light snow preceding the main event that's coming our way. I mentioned warming temperatures. You can see where that wind's really helped us out. We're at 24 degrees in Jamestown right now, whereas in the east we're warming up, but it's going to take a little bit longer for this warmer air to move in. So we're at 9 degrees in Badette right now. It's 15 in Fargo. So here's our hour-by-hour planner. We're going to watch that snow continue to march eastward. By 3 o'clock, heading home from school in Devil's Lake, going to be snowy for those kids. We're talking about that wind picking up there too, with gusts not only in the 20s but to 30 miles per hour where that snow is falling. This continues into the evening drive, especially in eastern North Dakota. Around 5 o'clock we'll have impacts, but you can see some of this snow pushing into Minnesota at that point as well. And eventually it does move into Minnesota as we head farther into the evening here. We're looking at 8 o'clock tonight with that potential for snow and wind. So that's going to have some impacts on any travel plans for this evening. Wind gusts 30 plus, 40 maybe for some of us here. We'll talk about that in a second. But this snow is going to continue trekking eastward, and with this warmer air punching into the system still, even at 11 o'clock tonight, we have potential for temperatures to be at their warmest, upper 20s to some low 30s in southeastern North Dakota, and that's where we may see a little mix and maybe a little ice in some areas for a short time. Eventually, though, the wind turns northwesterly and we get these gusts out of the northwest that are going to be even more intense as we head into overnight and into tomorrow morning. So here's a look at our wind gust planner. Again, areas by the time we get into this evening where we've got gusts into the 30s to 40 miles per hour. I'm going to continue into overnight tonight. There may be a pause as the wind shifts from the south to the northwest, relatively speaking, still on the breezy side. But here comes those stronger winds by tomorrow morning. We're looking at gusts 40 plus, and again, some of us closer to 50 miles per hour for that morning commute tomorrow. And even as the snow is ending, it's going to pick up some snow and blow it around and cause some issues. Again, not a heavy snow. We're looking at widespread areas of 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. And eventually Friday night, this does ease up. But it's going to be a tough day, especially when we factor in that wind chill and the colder air taking over. That'll be sticking around all the way through next week.
Oh, no.